Hello, everyone. My name is Alma Sotelo, and this is my final term project for Info 5810, the spring semester of 2021. For this presentation, I will be discussing the data set I used for my data analysis, the goals and the objectives of the analysis, which data mining techniques I used to satisfy these goals and objectives. I will share the final results and conclude what information we gathered. For the data analysis, I downloaded the Amazon Musical instrument reviews from Kaggle. This file contained the reviewer ID, the user ID, the reviewer's name, their reviewer text about the musical instruments, how helpful they are, a summary of the reviewer text, and a rating on a 1 to 5 scale, and also the review time. So for the goal of the analysis, I put myself in the shoes of the seller. And as the seller, I wanted to know what customers had to say about my products, aside from the rating that they gave on the 1 to 5 scale, because there's more information that needs to be uncovered. I want to know about the flaws of the items, what they felt was the best part about purchasing the items, and that cannot be captured using a scale. So we will be looking at the reviewer text, which is the unstructured data feedback that they left on the review. For the analysis, I will be using the data mining techniques, text association and clustering. Text association is if there is this, then there is that. Of course, I'll go into further detail with that. And clustering, which groups similar items together. And like I said, I'll be going into further detail with that. For the Amazon musical instruments, there are 9,571 examples. So I uploaded that data set onto RapidMiner, and it's important for us to understand what information was shared, and does that data allow us to perform to satisfy the goals and the objectives. And in this case, it was important for me to adjust, to modify the column reviewer text to text to perform the text processing operator. And the other columns I will not be using in this data analysis or to satisfy the goals that we've stated. So once I uploaded them, once I prepared my data, I saved it and then I uploaded onto the processing window. And I am going to be going over text associations. And so after I uploaded the data, I chose the select attributes operator to focus on the reviewer text, and used the process documents from data operator, which within that has the sub operators of filter tokens by length, transform cases to lower cases, filter stop words to English, in English, and also I think those were the 4 sub operators I used to clean the data. And then following the process documents from data, I used the numerical to binomial to change these values to true false values, and the FP operator, which helps map out these binary values now, and of course the create associations rule. And so once we run that, here are the results for the text association rules. And like I said, this is if then. If there is good, then there is quality. If there is guitar, there is strings. And so text association rules really helps us see the relationships between these two words, which is great because now we have an association. For example, the third one where it says, if there is great, then there is works. So this is very good news as the seller, because I now see that they think the price has a relationship to the quality. And if you go two more down where it says great price, so I'm understanding that they feel positive about the prices. They think it's great, and for the price it sounds, so it takes a little bit further comprehension to kind of gather these and to continue to see the relationship between the words. But good and great, great sound, good price. This is not something that I would have been able to gather from the scale rating. And that this is why we do text associations, to see further into the unstructured data. And guitar, good sound, quality sound. Like I said, very valuable information. And this is just showing the results in descending support values. So if there is guitar, there is great. If there is great, there's guitar. Once again, I would spend some time taking a look at this. Good sound, sounds good. So that's very positive feedback from the reviews. And this is the association rules graph, just to give us a better visual of how these words are connected. So when there is price, there is great. And so now going into the second data mining technique, clustering model, which groups similar items together to unveil patterns within the data set. And so this is how, these are the operators that I uploaded, the data, the select attribute for the reviewer text, processing documents with the same sub operators of tokenizing non-letters, transforming cases to lowercase, filter stop words, and filter tokens by length. All part of the data cleaning process. And then we uploaded the clustering operator and the performance operator. Okay, and once I ran that, here are the results. So initially I had used 4 clusters, but there weren't enough meaningful results for me to gather information. And so I adjusted the cluster to 3. And so you see how many items are contained in each cluster for the total of 9,571 items. And like I said, clustering groups similar items together. Now, because I am actually not that instrument savvy, it was a little bit harder for me to understand what the patterns were, but let's go through these together. So for the first cluster 0, I'm organizing these in descending values, and we see the groups of words: strap, guitar, stand, tuner, work, great, and easy. So to me, these are different parts of a guitar that are grouped with the adjective great and easy. And so, it takes a little bit of understanding what are the nouns, what are the verbs, and what are the adjectives. And for me, that was the best way to kind of make sense of this cluster. And so different parts of the guitar work great and easy. And once again, here we see a different group of words, a different cluster of words, excuse me, that were put together. So the string pick sound, play on the guitar, play, good, or great, which is once again really good news as the seller of this product. And so another thing that I was able to gather from these analysis is that a lot of the reviews are for guitars, which initially, as a seller, I would know that, but this analysis is definitely helpful to see that that information. And then the last cluster 2, the pedal, cable, sound, good, great, quality, work. So this is regarding now a different features of a guitar or different components of having a guitar and what buyers feel are important. So, for me, it's important to identify the nouns, the adjectives, and then the verbs. So nouns would be pedal, cables, and sound. That one's a tricky one, but I would say that would be more of a verb. So sound, good and great. And once again, quality, work. So once again, very positive reviews that customers are leaving behind. So for my conclusion, I feel that this analysis was very valuable and provided very good information as to what the customers are saying about my products. They mentioned the price, they mentioned the quality, they used adjectives such as good and great. And I see that it's very popular for them to leave reviews for the guitar. So that is my conclusion. And this experience has been very insightful as to how data mining techniques play a role in satisfying data analysis objectives and goals. So we went through very loosely the crisp DM method, where we have a business understanding of what the goals and the objectives are of a data analysis, why is it needed, the data understanding, where we go through what the data provides us, and can it satisfy those objectives and goals, what do we have to do to prepare it and clean it in order to perform an analysis on it. Then the evaluation of the results. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, the data techniques, and that was the clustering and the text associations, the evaluation of the results. So we start to see what our analysis produced and how did it begin to satisfy? Do we need to modify in order for us to be able to capture and meet the goals of the analysis and the deployment? So from here, in this case, as a seller, would feel like, okay, well, whatever I'm doing, it is working. If there was other instruments that I needed to see more now, more data from, then, am I not selling enough of the other instruments that I'm selling? Why is it just the guitars that are receiving the most reviews? So in this case, however, I have a feeling that the seller is only focusing on guitars or is only selling guitars. I'm not quite sure, but these are questions then that I would begin to ask following the results and evaluation. So this was a great experience for me, and I truly enjoyed taking this course. Thank you so much.